Hi, this is Unreal Engine Lesson 2, Unreal Editor. Um, so this is the completed level, and I want to show how I started the process by building BSP geometry. So, showing it from the very beginning. I showed you this in the last level, but if we go over to here now. Um, When I built this level, it took about 10 weeks, and actually most of the level layout was already done in the first week. So that's this stuff here. So just to make sure, I'll go build all up here. Um, just close that. Just want to show you how the level looks. That's the level from the top. That's the level from the side. I'm just going to select somewhere and go play here. Because I've already shown you this, you'll recognise this play space. The inside of it. This is the back bit, all the pipe work coming up there. And then coming out here. The only difference is that there's actually a roof over this. But on the final level I put a sky dome with a nighttime scene. But apart from that, you probably recognise this back bit here. I've got like a loading crate, a freighter crate there, and in here is where the ramp goes up to this bit. And if you remember rightly, look out at the bots from here and shoot them and stuff. So you can see it's basically this, like in this space here that I put a tank in the middle there. And most of this stuff was already done in the first week, like I say. So that's what I'm going to show in this lesson. How did I do that? Well, I used floor plans that I created in Photoshop. Now, this is an example of the kind of thing that you can do. This wasn't actually used for the final. I think I realised when I started building the geometry that I wanted it to look completely different, and I didn't really know what I was doing with that floor plan. But later on, I'm just pulling up some other files here for week 2. Whoops. Go up to raw floor plan. That's more similar to what we've got. I don't. Like this area doesn't really look like offices. This is kind of a loading dock because there's a crate there, and that's the internal space with um, the upper level in it, and this is outside. Like all this space is outside in the actual level, and it looks like you're in New York, you know, skyscrapers, because on the top is a sky dome with a nighttime scene. And then there's this one too, and I could actually pull them up in Photoshop to show you. Right. Actually, what I'll also show you is how simple stuff can be done. And we're going to use this. It's this one here. Right. as you can see from above, well, I can show you the side profile. That's nothing um, of nothing noteworthy there, but the top view shows there's kind of like three rooms interconnecting. This is the builder brush, and we'll show how the builder brush works in a second. This is used to create the geometry. But I'll just go build all on that one, and go down here and go play from here. And you'll notice that this is just one room, like a box here, right? And then there's like a corridor linking to another room, and then another corridor linking to another room. And that's all it is. It's just those three rooms there. So first of all, we'll go over to Photoshop and show how floor plans are laid down. Let's just get rid of that. So all I did here was I had the rectangle tool. That's this one. I'm just trying to get it up. Rectangle tool. Just looking at my notes. Right. We need to change the colour over to white first of all. And what I'll do is I'll delete this top half here and turn the upper floor notice off. Just hit enter on that. And then if you just change the colour over to black and whoops. Let's see. Right, that's all black. Press enter on that. And then if you switch the colour of them over, you should be able to select from here, go down to here, and do that, and then enter again, and then do the internal space, so switch back over. Enter, flip them. I'm just basically copying what's above just to show you. So it's marquee selecting with the rectangle tool and hitting enter after you've drawn the rectangle each time. So this outside bit is where this outside bit here, where these red lines are. Now we'll kind of draw the inside bit a little bit. So we go over to the line tool, and it's 10 pixels wide, which is okay. And we're just going to draw a line from there to there and try and make it as straight as possible. That's about right. Nope. Control Alt Z to go back on that. We need to flip the colour. Let's try it again. Right, that's a black line. It's not quite as thick as the other line, but I think what I'll do is I'll do that a couple of times over. And then you can show that if I flip this again and go back over to the rectangle tool, actually some of you will be watching this and thinking, yeah, anybody can do that. It's true. Whatever method you've got, just literally start creating these floor plans. These are supposed to be doors. Put one down here, and we'll put one there and two there. and then these red lines represent the nav mesh for the player and the bots in a level. So that's where the player and the bots are going to run about from node to node, and how they're going to use the space. So I do that by going over to the rectangle tool again. Sorry, this one, and selecting the line tool. But this time I want to put a red. So put it up there, red. Should be able to go from there to there, enter, there to there, enter, there to there, enter, and then this time from here do a red line all the way across, and then just keep doing this. And eventually you can build up a play space like that. And then you actually have to build it inside BSP geometry in Unreal Engine or whatever game engine you're using. So to do that, I'm going to show basically how it's done. This up here is the builder brush. So I'm just gonna get out of that, and I want to show what the builder brush looks like in the scene. There it is. This is the perspective thing. So let's just zoom up on that. Sorry, I'm using a Wacom tablet here, so I haven't used it for a while. I can't quite remember how it works. So this is the builder brush, and you can get any shape you want. So cone, stairs, cylinder, flat plane, sphere, a bunch of stuff. But we're going to start with cubes, and I'll just go select that and go use space to tab over to scale. This tabs through the different transformation matrices that are used by the editor. This is move, this is rotate, and this is scale. So that's about right. Let's just drive back a bit in this one. Just want to be able to see it. And then over here we've got something called GSC add. So I'm going to click this, and it adds a big sort of, you can see when I move this out of the way it's blue, and that's an addition, BSP addition. So in order to subtract, we need to subtract something from the middle of it. It's like casting something from a solid uniform object, like let's say steel, like a cube of steel or something, and you've got to hollow it out. So we need to use a subtraction to do that. So we use the builder brush to go over to scale it down just a tiny fraction, that'll be about right. And then use this button here, which is GSC subtract. Now back over to the move tool and move the builder brush out of the way. You can see that the addition is in blue and the subtraction is in that sort of weird colour, orangey colour. But in order to see what's inside it, you can see it's kind of turned black in the scene here, but we need to place a light in there. So we just go to the right click or left click for me because I'm left handed, and then add actor, and a point light will do, and that's inside. So now when we drive forward and dump the camera inside this box, should be able to see the BSP geometry. So now what I do is, let's just go like that and scale it down. Don't need that much of a radius. Oh, it needs to be bigger than the block. Maybe leave it. I'm going to do build all, even though I only have to build lighting and build geometry for this. And then just select in here and go play from here. You can see this is play in editor, and all it is literally a cube, so you can walk about and just see, you can see the four corners of the cube just like that. It's a cube, and the point of this is BSP geometry has a collision detection for the player, so that it doesn't just fall through the sky or through empty space. So there's gravity and everything. The space can be used to jump like that. You won't be able to hear the sounds that the games. This engine makes sounds as well when you jump. Right. So let's just come out of that. We can just leave that as is for now, and what we'll do is go back in here. Let's just select this and find it in the scene, and then I'm going to navigate the camera over to that region, so it's just right mouse and then drop him through, and that's already built. So let's go play from here again just to remind you. This is like one room connected to another, so what we'll do, just to prove how BSP addition and subtraction and everything works, we'll add a room. And also I want to show this other thing. We've got this brush selected here, but how do we change the size of that and rebuild geometry and stuff? Well, that's done by going to geometry mode up here, and then you can actually press Ctrl Alt on the keyboard and do a marquee selection around those vertices. Go over to the move tool and make it shorter like that. So you can see from this scene here, that's just made that brush shorter. So now if I go rebuild geometry, that wall there will pop forward like that. But what would be cool is if we could whoops, go back into the camera mode and get the builder brush, bring him in. Whoops. Oh, there he is. That's the builder brush, and add an additional room in this space here. So I'm going to go into full screen mode. Space to bring the scale tool up. There it is. That looks about right. Space again. And we'll just add something about that size. We'll do an addition there. Scale. Whoops. Scale back up, back down a little bit. In fact, this huge blue thing here is already an addition, so we don't need another addition inside it. So let's just select that. select the addition and delete it. Select delete, select delete. I must have added it a few times. And this time create a subtraction, which is this one here. Let's just bring up the move tool and bring up the vertices manipulation tool again. Control Alt to marquee and then marquee select over those vertices. Bring that right down to about there, and the same for these two at the bottom. Right down to about there. And I think just hitting subtract there might do it. Let's just go back over to perspective viewport mode. I think that's put a hole in it, to be fair. So we'll go Control Z to get that back. Edit, undo, undo. No, that's not working. This needs to be top. We're going to move these right across so that they're in line this time. Whoops. And do a subtraction there. Let's just delete that. Come out of this mode. Let's just rebuild the geometry. We want the height of it. Whoops. We don't want it to create such a massive hole, so just select these like this. Should be about right. It looks like it's joining up with the bottom floor there nicely. So over here, it looks slightly too small to fit in with that space. So that's where we can change this a little bit over to 8 and just get the scale tool out. Surely making it slightly bigger would not be a bad thing. And create a subtraction there. And then rebuild geometry. Space. And then let's just create a subtraction again. And rebuild geometry. No, it's still like that. It's just creating a hole in the middle. In fact, let me just start by adding a light into this. Add at point light. So now we can go into this space here. But it looks like this thing needs to be modified slightly and brought up. So brought up inside the geometry to about there. Now rebuild geometry should put the floor back in. No. Does that mean we have to get rid of the old one? Like that one as well. Rebuild geometry on that. There we go. So that I think that's job done really. Now you could move the builder brush out of the way just by selecting it and just bob it off to the side like that. How many of these is there? There's actually a couple. So let's just delete them all. Move this back. Now I do build all and deselect. Now go here and play from here. You'll see that whoops. That didn't seem to work. Play from here. There we go. That's a new room. So this is room number 1, like that. Go through here. Room number 2, and then the other rooms are just the same. Room number 3, room number 4 through there. So basically, let's just bob back over to we'll save that to disk and we'll open that again and look at this one and build all. Close. Select the floor, play from here. What I want you to do now is notice the do a comparison between this BSP geometry and the way it's all laid out with what the final look. So this is the room with the pipes and the crates and stuff. The crates. Over here, the ceiling isn't normally in there because I put a sky dome in and took that ceiling out. And then here you've got the big crate, and that's where you that's an ammo point. But in here is where the tank is, and then you'll recognise, because I'm going to show you in a second. This is the upper level of this room, and basically it's all the same. So like when I come back in to the completed level, I think we're about here looking down. So I'll just show you that. I'm just navigating through. It'll probably be easier to show you in game. So let's just go up to Plane Editor. Right. That's the crate that I was talking about. Weapon pickup, and through here is the place with the tank, and then the upper level. Going round, and all these have been dressed with static meshes, polygons, textures, everything, the whole 9 yards. And through here is where all the pipe work is that I was mentioning, and lights, all this stuff. So let's just go back over to this one. So that I'm going to show how the editor is used to texture the BSP geometry, and how static meshes made from polygons are used to dress the level, and that's all coming up in the next video. Right? Bye.